Welcome to episode 163 of Vegas Revealed. We talk nightclubs, Sam Hunt, a younger visitor demographic, and Hotel EDC with the entertainment director of Resorts World. A really interesting chat about what people want when it comes to entertainment.
That's a good question, and the bosses ask that every day, obviously. I would like to predict the future, but what I am focused on is trying to understand what's happening in colleges. That's where I actually started my career.
Our full interview coming up. Also, a huge soccer match will be played inside Allegiant Stadium this summer. Rob Lowe is taking his one-man show to the Venetian, and a new safari attraction opens on the Strip.
Plus, is there any way to get a ticket to the Lovers and Friends Festival that is sold out? Well, that lineup includes Mariah Carey, Usher, Christina Aguilera, and more. We have some possible tips for you.
All that and more this week on Vegas Revealed. Did you know that Las Vegas visitors can walk up to 8 miles per day? And you know what? A lot of that is because people just don't know where they're going. Always know where you are and where you're going with the Vegas Near Me app, available now in the Google Play and Apple stores.
If you have a hard time finding your way around resorts, don't worry about that either. You can find maps of the property within the app. Also, find out how much they charge for parking so you can plan ahead. Even book an Uber within the app.
Think of Vegas Near Me as a concierge right in your pocket. You'll find more than 16,000 Las Vegas businesses and activities there. Plus, there's tons of detailed information, and it's accurate and up to date.
Use our Vegas Revealed link that we provide in our show notes and download it to your phone now. Instead of reviews, Vegas Near Me has compiled thousands of Las Vegas-related YouTube channels and podcasts just like Vegas Revealed so that you can hear about and see real-life experiences at the places you're searching. You watch it all and listen inside the app.
If it's fun to do or see, it's on Vegas Near Me.
Let's get to it now and spin that wheel. Welcome, everyone, to episode 163 of Vegas Revealed. It is finally warmer here in Las Vegas, and we are ready for a good week. Hey, Sean.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it feels like it finally is pool season. I know the pools have been open for a few weeks now, but it really hasn't felt like it. Now we're good, hopefully.
Yeah, it's a nice warm weekend. So we'll see if it sticks around. Listen, thanks for joining us. We have a lot to talk about. We have a great interview coming up with the entertainment director of Resorts World. We're going to learn all sorts of interesting information about the world of entertainment and also get a little exclusive in there too.
Yeah, some scoop that you'll hear first on Vegas Revealed. We love that. There's also some other scoop that's coming out around Las Vegas with some existing shows, Dana.
Yeah, Awakening over at the Wynn. You've heard us talk about it before. We actually told you about it before it opened. We had a nice breakfast over at the Wynn, chatting with some of the producers, and we're really looking forward to it. We went to the show. We told you that it was visually stunning. Some of the things that we didn't love, well, the storyline. We didn't quite follow exactly what was happening. Sean, I remember you had a tip that said, well, if you get a chance, read the program. It kind of lays out the story that you're going to see. Right. A lot of people don't really read the program. Anyway, we felt like it had some issues, but they sunk a lot of money into it. And technologically, it was stunning.
And we wanted it to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
We want every show that opens here to be a success for the sake of the cast, the crew, the property that is depending on people to come in and fill those seats.
Mm-hmm.
But with some of the challenges that the show was facing, now there is word that the show is going to be kind of shutting down for a retooling period.
Yeah. If you go online, you can see that the show kind of stops around, I think it's April 15th or 17th, and won't come back until June. So you can tell they're probably going to take some time to tweak things. I follow a couple of the performers on Instagram, and I know they believe in this show and they want to make sure that it's perfect. They do need to do something. And I think kudos to the producers and creators of the show to say, hey, it's not working. We need to pause for a moment and
Well,
fix
that's a hard
this.
decision to make.
It is.
To actually take a pause and, to refine the vision that you originally had creatively. And, it seems like that's what they're doing. So from, April 17th through June, they're going to be reworking the show. And hopefully when it comes back over the summer, people will be lining up to buy those tickets and filling the seats over at Wynn.
They put a lot into this show, and it just proves every show doesn't work. It doesn't just open and everything just falls into place all the time. It has to be something that when the audiences walk away, they're telling other people to go.
Right.
And if not, you can either close or you can revamp. And it seems like they're going to revamp. So good for them over at Awakening at the Wynn. Hopefully it will be back and it will be better than ever.
Adele, obviously one of the hottest tickets that you could get in Las Vegas for her first run of shows, which was like her exclusive run of shows. Mm-hmm. We let you know that she has since announced another set of show dates. Tickets for those shows just went on sale, and fans all over social media are now saying everything's sold out. There will be no general admission because all of the verified fan sales have snatched up all the tickets.
Yeah, it's interesting. We weren't sure how it would go. We're like, well, okay, she started. It's getting such rave reviews. She's coming back for a bunch of weekends. Will the tickets be lower price? Will they sell? And it looks like, for the most part, and the chatter that we're reading is that they have sold. Now, I was on the verified. I got in. And I had a friend in New York City who really wanted to go to the show. And so we all kind of put our names on the list. He got waitlisted. I didn't. So we went in with my account and bought tickets for him. And, I may go to when he comes. It's not till September. So we have the tickets now. And he wanted to purchase them. I was not willing to pay that much. So I told him, if you get desperate and you need someone to go with you, I will go, but I'm not spending that much on a ticket. He got 10th row and it was just under $1,000 each. So he feels happy with that. Perfect. Great. Enjoy it. For me, it's a bit much. And I feel like, I don't know. So anyway, I'm not going to get into all the details there. We got the tickets. So that's what we were looking at. Around $775 plus taxes and fees, came out to about $950 per ticket. A very close seat though, and an end seat.
Right.
I should say. So that's what's going on there. But I have another friend who got in and was looking around. They were online. They were number 2,000, even when they got in to the pre-verified. So there were 2,000 people in front of her. When we got in, there were about 200 in front of us. So it just depends on what day and everything like that. But I can imagine that it is probably sold out. And what we're hearing on Twitter is true. We have also a friend in LA who said he browsed. He saw some balcony seats for about $450. So prices may be slightly lower, but they're still up there.
They are still up there. And I have a feeling that people who don't have tickets right now, who try and go to secondary markets to get their tickets, because another thing we're seeing online is all these fans saying, hey, I got my tickets. I'm, putting them up for sale for 5 times what I just bought them for, essentially.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know that this verified fan thing is going to work. I think it could totally backfire and force fans to just pay exorbitant prices for these tickets only because the verified fan got in first so they could snatch up tickets to then go and resell them. So either it's going to turn people off completely, or there could be a situation where there are shows where a bunch of people, those tickets go unpurchased on the secondary market. Yeah. And maybe people live out of town and they can't make it to that performance. I mean, there is a situation where seats could be empty at her shows.
Yeah. Well, you're right. I mean, you can buy up to 4. So I think a lot of people, including some friends that I know, needed 2 but thought, well, I'm just going to put on my credit card 4 and sell the other 2. It's not a huge amount, 4 tickets. They're not letting you buy 10. They're not letting you buy 20. They know that you're a real person. There are a lot of things you have to do, but I agree. I don't know. And what my friend was saying is, it's not easy to figure out. It's like you get a link, you get a code, you've got to, and for some older people and even some younger people, it can be a little tricky to get in, get prepared, be there at the specific time, be there ahead of time, have your code. I mean, it's a process. And I don't know if a lot of people are willing or can go through that. Maybe they're working. So anyway, there will be a lot of tickets, like you said, that were bought just as extras and be sold for more. So it is what it is.
And I guess my point is if people are relying on the secondary ticket market in order to go and see a show like this, they're going to get ripped off.
Yeah.
Period.
Right. For sure. Expect to pay more.
So the system is not working as intended.
Yeah. But at that point, if you pay $900 and then you're like, well, gosh, now we have to fork out $1,400. I mean, does it really matter at that point if you have $900 to spend? I can't imagine spending that much on a ticket. I just can't. I don't know. I really hope this isn't. I understand she's amazing. I do. I understand all of it. I understand it's intimate. It's once in a lifetime. But gosh, I'm finding it hard to sit with that for some of these shows to be so expensive. I mean, even when, Taylor Swift, it was a tour and there were some tickets there for like $250 and stuff, but it's hard to imagine spending these, $700, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 on tickets to see.
I am not the market for $1,000 tickets.
No.
I am the market for taking that money and going on a nice beach vacation.
Yeah. I mean, I'd prefer a hydrofacial, to be honest. But anyway, these shows are top notch. I am not ripping the shows. They're amazing. We are so lucky to have them. Adele, we've heard nothing but amazing things. And anybody who can afford to go, great. Good for you. And if you want to have a once-in-a-lifetime experience, everyone's life experiences are different. And I guess if this means the world to you and you want, maybe that is someone's vacation. To us, it's a facial and a vacation. To somebody else, it's Adele. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that they'll remember, keep thinking about, love every minute of it, and maybe it's worth the money. So, and I guess that's who it caters to, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And then we've had a lot of people visit Adele's show, big celebrities. We saw Mark Wahlberg was there. We saw Kim Kardashian and Kendall were there. There's been all sorts of people. Gordon Ramsay. Yeah. So, I mean, also it's cool to have the entertainment, I guess, star celebrity community come out and support her too.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the TV special.
Yeah.
I'll watch it in my living room.
I feel like I've seen it all on Insta Story.
Yeah,
piece it together and I have the show. All right. Allegiant Stadium's doing something big, not a concert, but a huge soccer match. You can call it football or you can call it soccer. We're going to call it soccer because we're sitting here in the United States. But it's Manchester United that is playing at Allegiant Stadium, and they are playing Germany's. We looked this up, all right? I hope I say this right.
Borussia Dortmund.
For a match on July 30th. It's at 6:00. Those tickets on sale now. It's going to be huge. So it's basically, they're saying they're welcoming the global soccer heavyweights. So they must be like, I know Manchester United is huge, but I don't know about Germany's team.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. We were actually just talking as the new season of Ted Lasso came out. We're like, oh, how fun would it be to go over to England and like watch a soccer game over there, because fans are like next level.
Yes.
Over in England and really across Europe. But to have these teams coming here, I think that's a great taste of, obviously not exactly the environment that you would find overseas, but I imagine a lot of people from England and from Germany and Europe will come here for this matchup.
Or if they're from there and they live here,
exactly,
or in driving distance, they'll be coming in.
Yep.
We do have a lot of people from other countries that live here now, reside, or temporarily even.
Sure. So it'll be fun to see what that atmosphere is like here at Allegiant Stadium. That'll be fun.
Well, in Ted Lasso, too, they watch from the pub, the fans. So even going overseas and watching a match while it's happening live in the pub is an experience, too. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, I'm all about that.
Yeah. Hey, Rob Lowe is coming to the Venetian again. He's taking his one-man show called Stories I Only Tell My Friends live. It sounds juicy, right? He's coming to the Summit Showroom at the Venetian for 2 more nights, Friday, June 9th and Saturday, June 10th. Love to have Rob back in town. Just saw him on, I think it was the Today Show. And they were going, and it was so funny because the host was like, listen, I just have to ask you, I'm going to embarrass you, but you look so incredible. What is your secret? And he was really sweet about it. He laughed. And he said good genetics because he's 50, or no, I looked it up. He's 59 now, Rob Lowe. He does look amazing.
He does.
And he was like, good genetics. I don't really drink anymore. And you know what else he said? He said, I just have like a really positive, fun-loving attitude about life. And I do feel like it takes away the stress, and stress makes you look older. Right?
True. It does.
and drinking alcohol can, all the time and several times a week and going out makes you look older, dries your skin. So he was saying, I try to practice all those things, but then he said, in the end, it's good genetics.
And he has a new show out with his son.
Oh,
actually, is it on Netflix? One of the streaming services. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of fun.
So what kind of show is that? I see him doing the circuit of interviews, and that's probably what it's about. Is it like a sitcom or an actual, like, it's them?
No, they play characters.
Oh, characters.
They play characters, but the son plays his son on the show.
Oh, how fun.
I forget. Rob Lowe was like kind of a crazy guy. Kind of character. I forget the whole premise of it, but I was just reading the little blurb last night. I'll need to revisit that.
Okay.
But I have a feeling that, family dynamics are part of what he's going to talk about when Rob Lowe comes here to the Venetian for his one-man show, which he's been to Las Vegas with his one-man show before. Mm-hmm. So it is nice to have him back.
Yeah. Hey, something that's coming up on May 6th, and you and I knew it was coming up, the Lovers and Friends Festival, but I don't know if we knew how big the lineup was.
Right.
We kind of revisited looking at the site because we were looking at things that were coming up, and we're like, wait a minute, the Lovers and Friends Festival over at the festival grounds here in Las Vegas on May 6th has Missy Elliott, Mariah Carey, Pitbull, Usher, Christina Aguilera, and Chris Brown and 50 Cent. Just like, that just touches on the list of the lineup for this festival. It's huge.
It's pretty incredible, the roster of talent that is part of this. And I mean, I feel like it kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it? We knew the festival was happening, but I feel like all these massive names on one lineup, you don't see that.
No, I think it went on sale and sold out like that. I think last year they added a few dates, because it sold so quick, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I think it just kind of opened and closed so immediately that it didn't have a lot of chatter. Because but we wanted you to know that if you are adamant about coming, and maybe you didn't even know, it is sold out, but there is a button you can click on the website that says join the wait list. And that's if tickets come up. Okay, so if you really want to try and still get on, you can do this. It's a wait list request, and it's right there on the front page. So you'll see it. And the only other thing I did see was that there are some hotel and ticket packages that are still up for sale. That starts at $5.99. Other than that, though, VIP Cabana, VIP, general admission, all sold out, and you have to join the wait list. But you never know. Maybe you'll get through.
Yeah. Very good. Something, if you want to do something a little old school, and we're talking way old school, like prehistoric old school, there is a fun dino exhibit that is coming to town.
Yeah, we talked about the Disney Immersive last week, and we actually had a lot of comments. People like to know about things that they can do with the family or things that are different in Vegas. So we wanted to let you know about the Dino Safari opening over at the Horseshoe, formerly Bally's. It's opening on April 10th. It's something for the family or not with the family. You can bring the fam, you cannot, but it's good for kids too. It's right there, apparently, like underground next to that. Is it the second level or first level?
I believe you go down the escalator.
Yeah, down, right. It's I don't know if underground is the right word.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, it's on that first level. And it's animatronics, like dinosaurs. So apparently they move, and I don't really know. They sent us a little video. We do need to check it out at some point, but we wanted to let you know that is now open. Tickets are on sale as well over at Horseshoe. If you're looking to do something different, go to the Dino Safari, click on their Instagram, and they're located in different spots around the country, but this will be something that we'll have here in Las Vegas on the Strip.
That's a lot of fun. I like those dino exhibits.
Hey, this is a big year in Las Vegas. There are new resorts opening. We know that. An F1 race that's going to take over the town. A Super Bowl to plan for in 2024. While all that is happening, the entertainment scene, though, of our city really continues to evolve as well.
Yeah, and to find out what's new right now and what to expect in the months and years to come, we spoke with Brent Freed, who is the entertainment director over at Resorts World and for Zouk Group.
Hey, Brent, thanks for joining us. We have a lot to talk about, that's for sure. A lot of questions, a lot to discuss. One of the things that we wanted to get into was recently on a podcast, we discussed this Vegas visitor study that came out from 2022. There were so many interesting facts in it that we were talking about. And one of them, I know that's kind of piqued your interest, is the fact that the average age of our visitors continues to kind of trend downward. They're getting younger, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously seeing that in Las Vegas, and it's amazing. It's an amazing trend because it's opening up an entire new, I guess, genre of music that we get to book out here that maybe hasn't been programmed as much over the years.
And as, you know, entertainment director for Resorts World and for Zouk Group, what does that do for the conversations that you're having about future programming and what kind of experiences you're able to offer Las Vegas visitors who are getting younger?
Well, I think that's a great question. And similar to what you guys were reading in the study, it definitely lined up with what I've been noticing over the last few years in this role, which is that, when you go out on the Strip, it seems like Vegas continuing to be more diverse, and with this younger demographic coming, not just for spring break anymore, but throughout the year, it's giving us the ability to experiment with kind of new talent that maybe hasn't played the market and might be more of a festival act that we're bringing into a non-traditional setting in Las Vegas. And I think the other cool thing is with these residencies in Vegas that have kind of, really taken off over the last couple decades, it gives another unique layer where Vegas isn't just the spot anymore where maybe people used to retire. I think now you're seeing the hottest, trendiest artists stopping by and playing these cool shows.
No, I agree. It's interesting. And just to point out for anyone listening that doesn't know the numbers, the average age was 47 in 1992, 43 in 2021, and then 40 in 2022. So yeah, the visitors are definitely getting younger. And I think you make a good point. Sean and I have discussed on the podcast many times how, this isn't the place where you end up anymore, right?
No, definitely not. I mean, it's crazy. Like one instance for us is we were noticing this trend when we were getting ready to open the property, and we signed a multi-year residency with Jack Harlow. And at the time he had very limited music out. This was in 2020, 2021. And watching that artist completely explode over the couple years so far that he's been a resident of ours, I mean, that's kind of proving right there that Vegas can break artists, and they can take off in the nightclub and become superstars, and it is definitely opened up that side of the business.
And I know that country has become a genre that we're seeing more and more here in Las Vegas. Over there at Resorts World, we have Carrie Underwood and Luke Bryan performing on stage. We have other properties housing Keith Urban, Garth Brooks, Miranda Lambert. Do you think country is going to keep growing as a genre here?
Oh, I certainly hope so. AEG did an amazing job when we partnered with them during pre-opening, secured the residency with Luke Bryan and Carrie Underwood. And since then, I was able to help bring some country onto the lineup with Sam Hunt's couple shows at the theater in April. To answer your question, I definitely think country will continue to expand because, as we were referencing with the study, I mean, there's a whole new group of people coming to Vegas, and almost now it's become this destination where if we book a country artist and we book different events around that, where we activate the bars, the restaurants, maybe we do a special curated cocktail like we've done in the past with certain artists. You make it a whole weekend instead of just like a one-off concert for a country fan. I think that's been a really unique thing that's been developing here.
Yeah, I mean, people love to be entertained. Also, in that study, I saw entertainment was one of the top 3 reasons that visitors said that they were satisfied with their visit. So I can only imagine when you guys sit around that table talking about who you're going to bring into the property, and you're like, Sam Hunt, because variety is important too. So you hit, something for everyone, I can only imagine.
Yeah, I mean, and it's an exciting city to work in and be in because every property seems, to focus on their entertainment now. I mean, it's a top priority, just like the study pointed out, and it's why we continue to raise the bar and get to know what the consumers want, and it's important to us as well.
And one of the other major events that we have here in Las Vegas that kind of helps to skew that visitor age younger is EDC. And you guys, Brent, are doing something cool surrounding EDC this year. Explain that.
Well, first off, EDC has been an amazing partner of ours since we opened. So we were very grateful for the opportunity to do something with them at this scale. And for a lot of people, to your point, EDC is their entry point into Las Vegas, and especially the EDM fans, drawing over hundreds of thousands of people every year to the festival. For many, it's their first time experiencing Vegas. So what we identified as a group was that we wanted to be even more engaged with that consumer and that guest. And the idea of doing a partnership with EDC, doing Hotel EDC, which is essentially the first time that the festival is offering a travel package add-on, where an entire part of our property is going to be taken over by the EDC team with their art decor, activations, music. We're going to have some surprise things happening on property. We have a lot of packaged components. I mean, it just felt like a no-brainer, and we were actually very honored to be the first hotel to really get to do this kind of scale with EDC.
I think that's going to be popular. And I think even if people don't do the packages, knowing that you're doing this, you'll get a lot of people to even just stop by Resorts World to be a part of it, right? That whole weekend.
Oh, that's the hope. So like I mentioned, we've got to really create a package that is provided to the guests if they do opt in and want to stay with us. But we've also made sure to create opportunities throughout the weekend that will be announced later on and closer to the festival that will be more open to the public, which we were excited as well to have that component.
And kind of taking a step back, I know you said that, noticing Vegas visitors becoming younger and younger. You've been noticing this over the period of a few years, the span of a few years. Is there anything that you have your eye on now that you think could end up being the trend that defines what we're doing in 3, 4, 5 years from now?
Oh, that's a good question, and the bosses ask that every day. Obviously, I would like to predict the future, but what I am focused on is trying to understand what's happening in colleges. That's where I actually started my career about 9 years ago in college, and I was putting on concerts myself. And so, what I take pride in this role is really trying to get an understanding of what's trending on college campuses. And not even just that, but what are communities of 18 to 23, 24-year-olds listening to right now? What's popular on TikTok? All of this is definitely stuff I track along with the team. And, just the short answer as well on where do I think things go next? I've seen some success with some new areas in EDM that haven't really had traditional, I guess, fan bases. It's been very niche stuff take off, and there are acts that are playing that maybe would have been on a more specialized stage in the past in the festival. Now they're headlining main stages, and that to me is like a real sign of when an artist is starting to translate into a bigger demographic.
Really interesting. And when we talk about Zouk Group, I'm curious, I just out of nowhere, how are nightclubs doing? Are nightclubs as popular as they have been over the last, I don't know, 5-10 years? I mean, it's always been a thing here. Are you seeing a steady increase? The crowds being the same, more demand?
Well, we've been very grateful because Zouk came into the market right as COVID kind of started to ease a bit, and we were able to open up venues and go back to full capacity. And the timing did work out because, to answer your question, I think the year of lockdown, in a sense, might have really helped nightclubs and day clubs have this new energy to them. Because I'll tell you, like, it is crazy to see the lines of people that want to come in and experience our show. And we take pride in the experience of the guests coming from the moment they arrive on property to they leave the venue. But yeah, I think nightclubs it's a really good time for nightlife.
Do you have any tips for people that want to get in? That's always the big thing for our visitors. They go, "How can I get in? Do I have to wait in line? Is there anything I can do to move myself up? What are the tips for getting in the club?"
Is there a Vegas Revealed special?
Yeah. I think the idea of getting there early, I'm always the fan of. I think there's an experience, and a lot of people, they maybe think that the experience starts when the headliner gets on stage, so they'll come closer to that time. And we know the clubs, we go pretty late, but I do recommend arriving to clubs early because we invest in our opening acts here at Resorts World and Zouk, and we put some pretty significant acts that tour as well, not just headliners, to play early in the night so that the guests have a unique experience, even at that time. So I would say definitely arrive early. We've always got surprises. Like there was a show where Travis Scott, this was before we had done the residency, just popped up in the middle of a Zed show early into his performance. And it's like, you never know at Resorts World and Zouk what's going to happen. And we've had some crazy stuff happen within the first 2 hours of opening the venue as well. So.
And as you mentioned, you have your eye on that new and emerging talent. So if people get there early and see these acts that you're booking, I mean, that could be the artist that blows up next year.
Yeah, well, we see that because on our social media we get messages, floods of messages after each show asking us sometimes who's the performer that played before Zed or Tiesto, and we have some of the best in-house residents that they work hard. I mean, they put in 4-hour shifts each night, then they come back the next day in the morning and play during the day. And our local residents, to your point, they're worth coming to see just them. At times they do an amazing job.
Do you guys look forward to that northern part of the Strip where you guys are located to kind of building up a little bit more? Is that going to help Resorts World as a whole kind of bring a new energy? I mean, I know obviously when the resort casino was built, there had to be an outlook and a plan. Are you looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, the north part of the Strip is definitely getting hot. It's emerging, and all this great foot traffic that will come. I think it's just an amazing thing for Resorts World, for our clubs. It's just, it's exciting, and we're looking forward to it for sure.
And can you break any news for us, Brent, on anything that you haven't announced yet? Any really exciting stuff? I'm putting you on the spot here. It's worth a shot.
Oh, I love this question because I'm always excited, and we're planning out 2 years from now. But what I will tell you is we just teased a weekend in July with Kevin Hart. So he's a resident in the theater, and we're doing something special called Heartbeat Weekend, which is where Kevin Hart's curating a lineup different than the typical residents on our roster at Zouk, where Kevin will make an appearance in the club each night and during the days. But we're going to have very special programming, some names that we all know that don't get to come to Vegas very often. And I think that would probably be the moment that I'm very excited for. And like I said, we just announced the teaser, and there's a lot of talent coming out with that will be over the next few weeks. So stay tuned.
Very cool. I love
like
it.
That. Yeah. Listen, I really enjoyed watching Kevin Hart from Resorts World on New Year's Eve. I sat home and watched.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was really fun. I loved the whole thing. I was laughing. He's funny. I know people have seen him in the theater and went to the show that he just recently did and loved it. So, well, EDC, I want to go back to that. It's hoteledc.com is the website where people can book the packages, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and EDC weekend, and for folks that don't know, it's up at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, but, of course, come stay in our hotels down on the Strip and all around, but May 19th to the 22nd is when the event is. Sam Hunt's coming in Friday, April 21st, and Saturday, April 22nd. He is a country music superstar, isn't he?
Oh, he's the best, and it's a party. So if you want to have a good time, listen to some great music, that's the show to be at. I think there's going to be a lot of people excited for that one.
Yeah, and hopefully the weather cooperates by then, and we can keep the party going during the day and then bring it into the concert at night.
Yeah, that's the dream, and we'll be programmed throughout the whole weekend with some special stuff. We'll be announcing that tie into the Sam Hunt style, and it'll be just like we were saying, a whole weekend for Sam Hunt fans to have a great time at Resorts World.
Awesome.
Well, Brent Freed, entertainment director over at Resorts World, thank you so much. Listen, ping us, keep us on your Rolodex and keep in touch. And if you've ever got anything you want to get out there, let us know.
I appreciate your guys' time. I'm looking forward to chatting more.
It was great to talk with Brent. And by the way, also happening over at Resorts World, they're getting ready to open the world's largest immersive art exhibit. It's called Transfix. This is going to open April 21st. As we get closer in the next couple weeks, we're going to have more on everything that is a part of Transfix. I mean, it's everything from sculptures to live performance. So we think that's going to be really cool, and we'll kind of dive deep into that in the next couple weeks here on Vegas Revealed.
Yeah, we were invited to a preview the day before it opens. I plan to go to that as long as we don't have work. So if so, we'll get a little bit of a heads up on that and what it looks like inside. It looks pretty cool. Hey, quick side note, Brent Freed that we just interviewed, you know he's 28 years old? He's one of the youngest entertainment industry executives in Las Vegas. I thought that was interesting.
And I now feel really old and very underaccomplished.
Very. Oh my gosh. Interesting. All right, let's do some tips. We have a mall on the Strip. We have several of them, actually. But Fashion Show is one of our malls that's not in a hotel casino. And it's a great spot. I know a lot of people that visit Las Vegas, and a lot of Las Vegas locals go there. Something that they're going to be doing, I just wanted to let people know because I thought this was really cool, especially in the world of social media and photographs, and people love a cool experience. Scattered throughout the mall, they have a bunch of kind of activations that are going to be available this year. One of them, a selfie studio, and it's this like interactive photo experience where you can, go on this journey through like different decades. So that sounds fun. They have the summertime happiness and Mikasa Your Casa 2.0. So it's apparently backed by popular demand. They've had it before, but they call it the ultimate happy place. And it's over at the Great Hall. And it's going to have like vibrant decorations, Instagrammable pop-ups, enhancing kind of the summer fun. So lots of really cool pictures there. Sounds like a lot of fun. They have the You Are Beautiful experience returning for a second year. It's an immersive activation that's going to celebrate self-love. So that sounds fun.
That sounds a little dirty.
I know it does, right? But it's apparently in partnership with this artist, Matthew Hoffman.
Okay.
And it features words of affirmation, and 5 pop-up elements and impacting uplifting experience. So it sounds like it's,
not dirty,
and it'll be good for the gram, the Instagram. And then in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month and Mexican Independence Day, the fashion show is also going to host a colorful interactive art installation whose name means spinning tops in Spanish and draws its inspiration from the popular childhood toy. So that sounds fun too. So I could go more in depth than all that, but I just wanted you to know there's some really cool things. If you want to get some cool pictures over at the fashion show, you can shop and stop and take some pictures, enjoy the exhibits, and have some fun too.
And by the way, it's called Fashion Show because they actually have fashion shows right in the grand hall of the mall. There's a runway that raises up out of the ground, and you can sit and see some of the fashions that are available in the stores there. So, which is a really cool thing, and they have activations all the time.
All the time, yeah, it's great.
Also, we wanted to let you know, tip number 2, get ready for construction all on and around the Las Vegas Strip. And this is all in preparation of the Formula One Grand Prix race coming to Las Vegas, coming up later in the fall. But from now through mid-September, there is road construction happening because they need to repave the course that these cars are going to be driving on. And that work has started. It's begun. We see it on the roads around Las Vegas Boulevard. Eventually, we're going to be seeing it on Las Vegas Boulevard. So we just want you to be aware from now through September, into September, actually, you are going to experience some road construction and delays and congestion if you're driving into have a vacation on the Strip, if you're driving to the Strip to see a show, for dinner, anything like that.
Yeah.
So just keep it in mind, plan ahead, plan extra time to get around. I know I need to program myself to do that.
Yeah.
Because I seem to think that I can get anywhere around Las Vegas in a half hour, but lately that has not been cutting it, and I need to boost it up to 45 minutes.
Yeah, I know, with the construction. And even if they do work overnight, the cones are still out in the day.
They are.
So it's like they may not be
and-
exactly working, but you're still going to have lane restrictions and stuff.
Yeah.
So in this is really going to make sense because we're heading into summer where it gets really hot here. The whole thing's going to be a hot mess.
It is. And by the way, that big Drop-A-Cana construction project is still going on too.
It is. I went through it the other day. We were coming back from a project that we did with Luke Bryan and Olympia Companies, and that concert was great, by the way, and that fundraiser was amazing. But I got stuck in Drop-A-Cana because I wasn't thinking. I did the whole, I'm just going to go straight because the ramp to the 215 looks backed up.
Yeah.
And then there I was. It wasn't horrible. It could have been worse. But I would say it was a slow crawl in that small section for about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was still a pain. So I listened to Taylor Swift and I got through it.
Oh, good. Taylor will put a smile on your face.
Put a smile. All right. Hey, listen, we have so much to talk about all the time. Thanks for joining us. We need to move on and continue our week, but we hope you have a fabulous week, and we'll talk to you next time for episode 164. You can always follow us on social media. We are on Twitter. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram and Facebook, although we don't use Facebook that much, but we're there.
Well, it's gotten really hard and confusing to use, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
it's
need
like a
to
mishmash of all sorts of stuff.
sort that out, right?
Zuckerberg, if you're listening, I don't know.
Do something.
Figure it out. Go back to the old way. I would like the classic version back. Also, Vegas Near Me. Thank you to our sponsor. Download Vegas Near Me in the Apple App Store and on Google Play. You are now able to download Vegas Near Me in other countries as well. So download it. It's like a concierge in your pocket. All the information you need for a great time in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and also you can always catch us every other Thursday on KCAL CBS in LA. If you live in the California area, we're usually on about 9:15 in the morning. We do a whole segment on what's happening in Las Vegas. We also post those on our social media channels. And hey, I just want to say it. We can always invest more time in this podcast if we have sponsors. We love having Vegas Near Me, but if anyone else wants to hop on board, we are charting on the iTunes Apple Podcast chart every single week all over the world. So we definitely have a great listenership of people who are interested in Las Vegas, listening to the Vegas Revealed. So if you've got Vegas stuff you want to put out there, we can maybe do a little partnership. We're always up for that. And our second market is now Los Angeles. So
yeah. So hit us up. We'd love to hear from you, no matter what you have to say. We'll be back next week.